Welcome to American Dream TV, Washington, D.C., the show that goes against the grain of negative news media and showcases the best of what our city can offer. My name is Gina Myers, and I'm your host for this month's look into lifestyle, real estate, and entertainment here in the Washington, D.C. region. Sit back, relax, and let's get this show started right now.
Welcome to the American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise, luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints.
Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts.
Here's the American Dream.
Welcome to Selling the DMV. I'm your host, Meredith Vogel, and today we are discovering historic Barnesville, a sought-after location for its idyllic natural setting and close proximity to Washington, D.C. This area is particularly popular among the equestrian community. Today, we are going to explore an exceptional property, and we'll meet the listing agent, Allie Dunay. Come with me to take a tour. Wow, so this is the property you've been talking about, 24701 Old 100 Road.
That's the one, yep.
What are some of your favorite features of this house?
Oh my goodness, there are so many. So I think this grand entrance is probably the showstopper and one of my favorites. So we have this gorgeous living space with a double sunken living room. We have a really nice home office on the first level, and then it leads into this really expansive chef's kitchen. Tons of light. Tons of light, floor to ceiling windows definitely help that.
It is spectacular. So Allie, you were telling me that every bedroom in this house has its own ensuite bath, is that right?
It sure does. 5 whole bedrooms, 6 whole bathrooms, each has its own ensuite. So not only does the palatial master have it, each additional bedroom does as well.
Formal dining room has kind of a solarium feel. It's really surrounded by windows.
It is, I know, and one of my favorite things is that you can actually see your horses from any window in this room, whether it's out there by the barn, up here in the fields, and then any window in the entire house actually has a view of your horses as well.
Primary suite is as big as some houses.
I know, with its own sitting area included. Just wait until you see the bathroom.
So the barn is incredible and obviously perfection for the equestrian owner. But I feel like this property has so many other potential uses too, right?
It definitely does. In fact, I've had people interested in maybe holding events here or for an Airbnb, a weekend retreat, or even a wedding venue. In fact, there's a loft above the barn that has been used for a wedding.
This has been absolutely incredible, and I'm so excited that we get to end at this spot with a view of picturesque Sugarloaf Mountain behind us.
It's a gem.
Pretty cool. And you were telling me on the walk over here that one of the greatest things about this area is it is an agricultural reserve, so it cannot be subdivided into tiny little properties. The expansive nature of these properties has to stay intact.
It does, yep. Each property must stay the way it is.
Oh, just gorgeous. Allie, thank you so much for giving us this tour of Barnesville today and this incredible property.
Thank you so much for coming. I've loved having you here.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Meredith Fogel. We'll see you next time.
Hi, welcome to the American Dream. We are your hosts for today's show. My name is Sadaf Al-Hooie.
And I'm Sanam Al-Hooie Jahandar with Aloha Homes with Keller Williams Realty.
We are here today in Brambleton to show you why this is one of the best places to live here in Virginia.
Come on, let's go. Brambleton is a master plan award-winning community here in Loudoun County with award-winning schools, 18 miles of paved trails, pools, parks, annual events, and weekly farmers markets held right here in the town center. The town center is an outdoor plaza with lots of great boutiques, restaurants, a movie theater, a gym, and a 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art library.
Today we are going to share with you and take you inside of one of the best and our favorite restaurant here in Brambleton Town Center. We will be meeting the owner and the chef, Jason Maddens. Let's go in. Hi, Chef Jason. Thanks for having us here today and sharing your American dream. Can you tell me what the meaning of aso is?
This is an aso. I actually have a little prop here. So an aso is a tool for opening a bottle of wine when the cork might otherwise break with a corkscrew. That's just kind of how it went in my mind. So when it came time to name the restaurant, we thought it was a cool sounding word and something different, and it would spark a conversation.
What kind of foods do you serve here? And what is your favorite dish on your menu?
We call ourselves a modern American bistro, which means absolutely nothing. It means we can do any food we want to do, really. Spanish cuisine, Italian cuisine, we've even had Mexican things on the menu. We serve a lot of different foods at a lot of different times, and that's kind of what we've become known for.
Thank you so much for having us today. Guys, this place has amazing food, a family-friendly atmosphere, and you can sit inside or outside, weather permitting. We've shown you all the things we love about the town center. Now we're going to take you to the park. Let's go. Now we're going to take you to Legacy Park, the heart of Brambleton. Legacy Park is an 11-acre park located in the middle of some townhouses. People that live around here can easily meet in the middle of the park, bring their kids, walk their dogs. This park is really central to all of Brambleton and the community. This park features 2 playgrounds, a basketball court, a sand volleyball court, zip line, lighted tennis courts, pond, waterfalls, and much more.
Still under construction, but once Brambleton is completed, there would be a little over 25,000 acres and a little over 9,000 residents here. What makes Brambleton unique is that there is a large mix of single-family homes, townhomes, and condos, and each of them look very different, and which makes people want to move here to this area. There's home for everyone here. We really had a great day here in Brambleton.
And thank you for joining us on our American Dream.
I'm Ann Wilson, Selling the DMV. Today we're in McLean in the neighborhood called Windy Hill. This is a custom-built home that is absolutely fabulous, and I'm thrilled to show you this house. Let's go in and meet the homeowner. Thank you so much for having us here today, Whitney. I have 3 questions for you. 1, tell us about this amazing home.
Okay.
2, can you give us an idea of all the improvements you've made over the past couple of years?
Yes.
And 3, can you give us an idea of where your home sits?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you about this property. What I really love about this property is the nature. We have a lot of windows in this house. As you can see, you can bring the light into the house.
So beautiful.
And the big picture window in the kitchen, you can see all the nature going on, deer and fox and birds going on as you're having breakfast and drinking coffee. What's also really great about the house is the amount of space. Even though there are only 2 of us here, we really love the space, the use of the different rooms, and especially the retreat down in the basement with the wine cellar, the wet and the dry saunas, the massage area, and the gym. Let's not forget the gym.
Oh my gosh. What's around your home that you love going to?
Even though it feel like we're in the middle of nowhere, we're actually in the middle of everything.
Yes.
We're just 3 miles from Tyson's. The Capital One Center is where we do our shopping at the Wegmans there. In fact, I stopped by there on the way home from meeting a friend for dinner in Tyson's last night. We're also within half an hour of 2 different airports, Dulles and Reagan, and just a mere 6 miles from DC.
Let's take a look at the home. I think that it is, the viewers are going to be amazed at all the beauty.
So Ann, thank you so much for coming into the home. It's been my pleasure to show you around. I think now we're going to head over to the Capital One Hall and meet with Sean.
Yes.
And he'll show us a little bit more of the area.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Capital One Hall has become the newest epicenter for performing arts within Northern Virginia. They are home to some of the world's best comedians, musicians, orchestras, dramas, ballets, you name it, they've got it. I was actually there for the opening event, which was stunning. Now we're going to show you guys a little bit about the perch. So we are 11 stories up, and behind me is Star Hill Beer Garden, one of the most infamous breweries in Northern Virginia. They were founded in 1999 in Charlottesville, Virginia, and since then have won numerous awards. They have done a spectacular job inviting this entire community in as a whole. Let's go check it out. If you're looking to sit back with some friends and family or meet some young professionals, Star Hill Brewery and Capital One Center and Capital One Hall are the place for you. And it's not only for Northern Virginians. We are 5 seconds away from the metro, so DC, our close neighbors, come on out and join us out here. We want to thank Capital One Center for having us here today. That was my mother, Ann Wilson, of that gorgeous house. I am Sean Wilson. Thank you for watching The American Dream, Selling the DMV. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Hi, this is Cynthia Howard, and I'm your host for today's episode of American Dreams TV, Selling the DMV. We are in historic Georgetown, which is a very special in-town neighborhood in Washington. We're here at the Georgetown Neighborhood Library, which is actually located at the corner of Wisconsin and R Street, which is the uppermost boundary of Georgetown's historic district. And we're gonna talk to the Special Collections librarian, Jerry McCoy, and interview him and go have a special look at the library. So we are so fortunate to be able to talk with Jerry McCoy, who's the Special Collections Librarian at the Georgetown Neighborhood Library, and we're in this beautiful room called the Peabody Room. And we'd like to know, Jerry, how it was established and why, and what people can find here.
Well, the Peabody Room was established in 1935 when this building opened up as a branch of the DC Public Library. And its purpose was to serve as a special collections of the history of Georgetown. And it's really unique in the 26 branch libraries of the District of Columbia because it's the only special collections for that neighborhood that the branch library is sitting in.
Well, it's so beautiful, and I'm noticing you have all these local maps here that are probably historically significant as well.
People love maps.
Yes.
Maps are really important to document how a community grows and prospers. So this is from 1968, even though it looks a lot older.
Wow.
But this was the last year that this RH-based company published these. And after that point, they started getting into computers, and now everything is digitized. But this was the last plat map that was published, and then the first one was published in 1884.
It's so incredible to have this historical record right here available to anybody who lives in Georgetown or anyone in the city. Well, Jerry, thank you so much for sharing your information with us and letting us come see this room when the library is closed. So we really appreciate the time you took with us.
Oh, I loved having you. Thank you.
So nice to see you. Thank you. So I'm here with my colleague, Kim Gibson, and she and I have listed this historic property at 1545 35th Street in the heart of Georgetown. This house was actually built in 1807, right?
Right.
And it is one of only 10 detached farmhouses that were originally found in Georgetown.
And so all the work they've done they've kept true to the character and nature of the house. With this double parlor living room, and the fireplaces are just, iconic and beautiful.
It is a historic house. It has a historic easement on it. It's known as the Medley Sewell House.
Correct.
And there is a plaque on the front of the building. So in historic Georgetown, when you see these plaques, it means it's under the Fine Arts Commission's purview. So anything you do to any of these historic homes needs to be approved. So Kim, what a treat to show our audience a true example of a historic house in Georgetown.
Well, I'm so glad you profiled this lovely, iconic farmhouse.
Well, what's really interesting is, in addition to it being so old, being built in the 1800s, Georgetown still has the same boundaries it had in this 1751. So it's quite amazing that this is still the old, iconic town and port of Georgetown. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of American Dreams TV. I look forward to seeing you next time.
Welcome to Selling the DMV. I'm your host, Meredith Vogel, and today we are exploring Pike and Rose, a dynamic neighborhood reimagined from an original strip mall here in Rockville. We're gonna see shops, entertainment, dining, and one of our favorite residents' favorite restaurants, Kushi. Come with me as we discover Pike and Rose. So this is Ida. Ida, thank you for giving us a tour of your lovely neighborhood,
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So you are a resident of Pike and Rose, so you have special insight into what makes this neighborhood so sought after and all of the fun things to do here.
Yes.
So tell me, what is your very favorite thing about Pike and Rose?
Well, Meredith, I have so many, just because, as you can see, of the many shopping centers and things to do. But my favorite thing to do here is actually visit all of the restaurants. They have so much variety in the restaurants here. They have French, Japanese, rooftop, a bar, great happy hours, bowling alleys. So I personally am a restaurant connoisseur and I love visiting those.
So fun. And there are places to live here, all kinds of fun things to do in the buildings themselves. Tell me about those.
So it's really interesting. There's this one building here that is half of a hotel building. So people stay, people experience the life here, and then the other half is condominiums.
Okay.
And then all three other buildings that are apartment buildings all are owned and worked by the same people. So we see each other from different buildings all the time. We have happy hours, like residents get-togethers. So that's what I really love.
So you have a very community-centric feel, even though it feels kind of urban.
It is.
As well.
It's supposed to be suburban here, but it's very close together with the communities.
And do you know anything about the history of this development?
I do. So originally this was built in 2014.
Okay.
As you mentioned last time, it used to be a strip mall, and there the writing of Pike and Rose came from the largest parkway, as you can see, Rockville Pike, as well as Montrose Parkway.
Oh my gosh.
So the two kind of merged together, that came up with the name Pike and Rose.
Very cool.
Yep. And then also something interesting is that originally they had created this space so that people who are traveling from Rockville to DC have a place to purposely get out of their car and have to relax and visit.
So they did a beautiful job. I can see why people would want to get out and
I highly
spend a little
recommend
time.
it for anybody, any age group, to at least come check it out. It's beautiful and there's so much life to it.
Thanks, Ida.
Of course. Thank you, Meredith.
Leslie, thank you for inviting us into your beautiful restaurant. It smells so good in here too.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
It's gorgeous. Okay, so I want to know, why did you decide Pike and Rose was the place for this restaurant?
So there used to be an Italian restaurant in this space and they went out of business, and then we had the opportunity. I own Hanro Sushi in Bethesda, and we had the opportunity to open here. There's great outdoor seating, the space is massive and it's beautiful, and I wanted to be on Rockville Pike where it's very happening, it's very busy, it's a nice new development.
If someone was going to come here for sushi, what's your favorite dish on the menu?
The favorite dish has to be the seared fatty salmon. You can order a la carte, it comes in 2 pieces and it's delicious. Slightly seared fatty salmon.
Anything else you'd like us to know about your restaurant or Pike and Rose?
We have a few new locations now. We have downtown Silver Spring, Tyson's in Arlington, but this is still my favorite location. I love Rockville. I grew up in Montgomery County, so I love the area.
Awesome. Leslie, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for joining us. That's all for today. We hope you have time to come check out Pike and Rose. Until next time, join us for the next episode of Selling the DMV. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Melinda Estridge.
And I'm Juan Numanzer.
And we are hosts of this segment of American Dream TV. Today we're going to be hosting a neighborhood restaurant in American University Park, which is in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. We are going to go in and interview the owner of Matisse, which we love. And Juan, what do you love most about the restaurant?
I love the ambience. It's family-oriented, and the food is just exquisite. Love it.
And the owner has been in business quite some time, so we'll talk to him. So let's go in, Juan.
Let's do it.
We are here with Fritz Siegfried, who is the owner of Matisse Restaurant. And I wanted to ask Fritz how he got started, how long the restaurant's been open, where he originally came from, and information that the public would love to know.
Well, I came originally, immigrated here in 1975, was brought here by the Watergate Restaurant Corporation, started there, and then moved to some different restaurants afterwards. Got married to 1978 to my late wife, McLean, and we opened our first restaurant in Potomac in 1980. 1997, we found this property here, and we managed, my late wife managed to convince Thomas Pheasant to do the interior here, and we opened in 1999, and we've been going ever since. We are a neighborhood restaurant. You know, we're an upscale neighborhood restaurant, but we're a neighborhood restaurant, and we have, you know, we're in the middle of this fabulous neighborhood. We're with Tenley Town, Friendship Heights,
American University Park. Exactly.
And then, you know, all my clients from Potomac that come in and support us. So I feel very, very fortunate that after, you know, 23 years here now, that we have such a great clientele. So,
well, we thank you for sitting down with us and explaining how wonderful your restaurant is, and we're true believers. That's why we're here so often.
Thank you.
So thanks very much, Fritz. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are upstairs in one of the private dining rooms at Matisse, and this is a very esteemed group of some of the top agents in the District, Maryland, and Virginia real estate market. We've been together over 30 years, if you can believe it, and we still have a number of the original members and some of our new members like Juan, and we're all from different companies that network and share and practice best practices with trust and respect and admiration.
It is an honor to be part of this group. I mean, my life has been enriched. The value I bring to my client just because of what we learn, how we collaborate each other, it is incredible. So amazing.
Well, and it has to be a unanimous vote between all of the agents when a new member comes in. So we have become very good friends, and the knowledge that is shared here from these veterans is just wonderful. So here they are. Everyone say hi.
We strive to bring you the best stories from the Washington, D.C. region, and I hoped you learned something new today. My name is Gina Myers for the American Dream TV, and we hope to see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.